even one night when we were on tour, when we were on that Texas run back in 2015, long story I can't tell on camera, but there was a knock on my hotel room door at about 5:30 in the morning, and I went to go answer it to scream at the person I thought was knocking on the door. And I opened up the door, and it's El the Sensei. He's like, "Hey man, I rolled this blunt. You want to come outside and smoke it?" And I was like, you know, and that was the beginning, like, of us becoming friends outside of, you know, of just music collaborators.
What do you remember about Inhale?
Doing what we do all the time.
Elle and I like to smoke weed. Industry secret revealed. Elle and I have an affinity, not just have an affinity for weed, but see, I don't like to just smoke and be a vegetable.
Right.
I like to smoke and do things. I like to smoke and accomplish things. I like to use my high for good, you know, for lack of a better term. And, you know, when Elle and I first started working together, before there even was a Solving Cases album, you know, if he didn't have weed, I had weed. Right. If I didn't have weed, he did.
Again, I heard the beat. I heard instantly, I knew what it was. Weed song. We don't have one. We're going to have, but I didn't want it to be so obvious. But again, I heard the beat. I sat down and I was like, yo, it got to have something. It needs something. And I was like, for some reason, it just popped in my head. Inhale.
And I happen to have that record also.
Q-tip sitting right in there. And you know, we took that out. I only needed that part of the song. And all my weed head dudes like that heard that song, they like, yo, you know what? I had no idea you was gonna take it there, but I can understand why you made this the weed song, because it has so many elements of birds and trees, and I thought it was blue sky and clouds. I was like, all right, this is the weed song right here. We needed to be floating, and it, you know, it's not so obviously raunchy about what we do as far as smoking, because like I know a dude that smoke like all day, and just like vegetize themselves to a state where they just like, I don't feel like doing nothing else. And that's not us. We have break times in between. Yo, this is funny. We have break times in between doing the record. So like, I'll come in, I'll write the first verse, and we'll go outside, smoke, come back in, write the second, and I'll probably do the verse, and then sit back down again, write the second verse, go back outside, smoke again, come inside, record it. Then when we finish, and then we got one more, like we're gonna do after we do this interview, celebratory blunt, and then we finish the session. And all the sessions was like that. And you know, when you don't have to rush, and you know what the sound is gonna be like ultimately when you're done. I don't like going to the studio and not finishing songs.
Yeah.
Like I expect that we have a song done every time we did a session. I try to tell people, and this is even, and we're talking about this record, I try to tell people when I go to the studio, I look at the booth like a woman. When I go in there, you know what's going down. You can't leave the room. I'm gonna be spitting at you, talking shit to you, yelling at you in your face, doing all the things that you like at that too. So, you know, that's what the mic is for. Come get me. Do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Like, and you will know if you're doing bad or not when you walk out that booth. But every time you go in there, it's going down. I'm coming out of here with work done. And because that's when you know you're an artist, when you really care about doing that part. Because a lot of people don't like working in the studio, or some people think it's a game coming in the studio. It's not. Like, you're spending money and time. We've been through that where the label telling us we spend mad bread, where the hours was like $50 more, $80 an hour. So we was forced to do our thing, whereas this is more of a comfortability, and you know, that wasn't no rush to do everything, you know. But like I said, I knew that when I came here, we set to do a job, and when we would get songs done, hooks on them and everything, we sit there like, oh damn, like, 'cause you don't know what these songs are gonna sound like when you write them down and when you're listening to the track until you really go in that booth and start actually doing it, and then get sit down, come out of the booth, and approve of it. That's not easy.